Welcome back, watch fans. We have another amazing watch market update for you today. Today we're talking about the upcoming Watches and Wonders show in Geneva. You know, all the nonsense that goes on in Geneva. Now, in case you don't know where Geneva is, you Google it. That's right, you Google it. Now, what you need to know about this the upcoming festivities is it's basically an Olympics of grift. That's right, an Olympics of live stream grifters. Unbelievable but true. All the usual suspects are using this upcoming event, which is in April. They've already started. They've already started the grifting. Obviously for fundraising, they got to fundraise money. To pay for the trip, to pay for the hotel rooms to be shared with other watch collectors, obviously. To save costs. All that nonsense, right? Super chats, live streams, the usual grift, right? So these grifters are using listen, they need any excuse to raise money for super chats. All right, so these guys are using any type of excuse to raise money for super chats, and you get this upcoming event, and one thing you should be asking yourself is, wow, this is huge. Should I go? I'm a watch collector. Should I go? Well, look, these Geneva shows are basically a way to fleece the window lickers. Okay, look, the Swiss, very crafty people. Okay, very crafty people, and they use this event as a way to fleece. It's like they fleece the sheep once a year. If you grow sheep, well, the Swiss, they fleece the sheep, once a year, or actually twice a year, at these different watch events. And what is the point of going? There is no point. It's basically a window licker festival. It's a window licking festival, massive window licking festival. Because what's the point of going? You go there, you gotta pay to get in, right? Unless I don't know, whatever. And basically you get to look at watches through display cases. That's right. You get to look at watches through display cases. Geneva is probably one of the most boring cities on the planet. It is, as boring as it gets. I mean, very nice, clean. There's nothing going on there. Okay, they got a fountain in the middle of a lake. They got a fountain in the middle of the lake, and that's it. That's the big tourist attraction. They got some whatever nonsense. The food is outrageously expensive. So, like, imagine. Let's say, I'm trying to think. I think probably New York has very high prices now in restaurants, right? But imagine New York, but double, maybe even triple. Okay, so like, imagine London, but 2.5 times. Okay, that's what you're gonna be paying for the opportunity to lick windows. There's Mookie's Chomo mobile. Basically you're going there for the opportunity to look windows, but what is the point of these people go there, right? So it's like a bunch of it's an opportunity for these guys to sniff each other's anus. That's right, it's an opportunity for these grifters. It's an anus sniffing opportunity. Here's the thing, there's only one reason to go. There's only one reason to go to this watch show, and that is, look, if you're in the business, if you're a retailer, okay, if you're a retailer, you have some industry business, and basically you go there, you look at the products, that should you make a decision to stock them or not stock them, and then there's also whatever networking stuff in the business, right? But if you're like a tomato can, right, let's say you're one of these live stream bookyaks, that want to be watch expert. Everybody's a watch expert. These live stream grifters, they're all watch experts. They own a Rolex, they're a watch expert. So for them, what's basically, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna? They're gonna brag that, oh, I met Hans Wilsdorf the 8th or something. You know, I met some whatever random watchmaker nobody gives a shit about. And who gives a shit about these watchmakers anyway? To be honest, I mean, you know, I like the watches, right? But I mean, I'm really not that interested. I mean, listen, some of these people, okay, whatever. But you know, like, what am I gonna do with them, right? What am I gonna hang out with a Recepi, whatever his name is? I mean, what am I gonna talk to him about? His watch? He's got shitter watches that are, you know, overpriced. So, what's the point of going to show? So basically, these guys, these grifters, they're going there to sniff each other's asshole. I think it's an opportunity for some of these sassy watch, you know, wannabe watch experts, self-proclaimed watch collector experts. It's an opportunity for them to sniff each other's anuses. Okay, it's like they go, you know, they put on their basic bitch Rolex, and you know, like this. Well, actually, this is better. This is actually a step better because it's a vintage. Listen, vintage is an expression of personality. Unlike people who have zero taste, that's the whole thing, right? So, the thing with this watch show is basically it's going to be a bunch of these guys who have no business being there, right? If you look at the Bogan of Brisbane, the Kakistani, you got you got all these grifters. You got the Prince of Porn Valley who's going there. Now, why would he go there? For example, I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on him. I just think it's funny. But you got the Prince of Porn Valley, with his basic Patek Perpetual, the dog with fleas Patek. Why would he go there? What is he going to meet with Terry Stern? He's going to have a one-on-one tete-a-tete. Is that what he's going to do? No, he's basically going to look at windows. He's going to lick windows. He's going to spend a couple of days licking windows. I don't think they're even going to let him try on a watch. But hold on a second. Even so, you know, you can try on a watch at any dealer. Okay, look, I mean, these watches, whatever they have, is going to be available in the market in a month or two, right? So, you know, why don't you just wait to go into your local AD? I hate to use the word AD, but that's what it is. And try on the watch. Again, look, if you're a real buyer, then you know that if it's a Patek, it's a discount, okay? Let me repeat, if it's a Patek, it's a discount. Modern Patek sells at a discount. So again, you know, every watch they're releasing now is going to deep discount within a couple of months. Okay, so, you know, for example, look, there's one of these Bukiaks in the watch community. He got the hammer dropped on his toes. That's right, the hammer got dropped on his toes. You know, he bought that 5396G. And it's not the top G. The top G is 3940. So just keep that in mind. The top G is the 3940. 5396 is the, you know, starter watch. Poor man's Patek. Poor man's Patek. So that poor man's Patek was 60, I think 62 list, and now 50. That's right, it's dropped already 20%, and it's going to continue to drop. It's going to bottom out roughly at 42,000. That's right, the 5396G, 42,000 is where it's going to bottom out. Probably in about a year. But these guys, they go to this show. Again, why is the Prince of Porn Valley going? Like, what's the point? Unless he wants to, you know, again, spend quality time with some groomers. You know what I mean by groomers? You don't know what that is? You Google it. It's a grifter festival. Now again, what is the point? Imagine this. Oh, and it gets better. You have all these bukyaks, there's drama. There's all these guys, these twinks starting to beat each other up. There's death threats. Really, these guys, it's unbelievable. You got a bunch of these, busted down valises, these old busted down valises. You got twinks and busted down valises, all threatening to beat each other up at the show. And then you're gonna have that Ukrainian grifter out of 10 pizdets who's gonna be renditioned back to the Ukraine. The Ukrainians are gonna grab him for draft dodging as soon as he lands in Geneva. They're gonna grab him for draft dodging. They're gonna put him in a dog crate and ship him back. They're gonna ship him to the front lines. That's right. They're gonna ship out of 10 pizdets to the front lines. Unbelievable but true. And I don't know. I think you're gonna see a lot of beg streaming in the next. You're gonna see a lot of beg streaming in the next. I would say 45 days. We're entering prime beg stream season because these guys need to raise big money, especially the Bogan of Brisbane. You know how much it's gonna cost to feed that fat bastard? It's gonna cost probably to feed that hungry hippo is at least $200 a day, maybe 400. It's probably 200 in Australian money. It's probably $400 a day. So again, the whole point of the show is basically these guys. Here's the sad part about them. Here is the peak cringy part. These bukyaks are going to the show. They think that one of these grifters, we're going to call him the old cuck. He's referred to this as the Hunger Games of watch collecting. Like, basically, he thinks that, this is an opportunity for him to prance around, play dress up in, size 7 Skechers and, built-in pocket square stuff and, little outfits. And flex watches. Now, the problem that these bukyaks don't understand, and this is, again, this is why they're bukyaks, is that show. It's kind of like you're going to the Pebble Beach concourse. You drive there in your Camaro, and you think you're hot stuff. You drive there in your Camaro. The only people you're going to impress are 11-year-old boys there. You're going to basically a show where, guys have real watches. Now, I think for that show, here's the funny thing, right? So that show is basically people who are, in the business, okay? These guys are either major dealers, okay? They're manufacturers, suppliers, whatever. So they're in the biz. And what that means is, they've seen everything. So if you have a modern Rolex or modern Patek, they look at you as a tomato can. They look at you as a sheep that got fleeced. Okay, that's what it is. Because that's, they see, okay, we got this guy. We victimized him. We fleeced him. So the guys who are real, let's say the John Goldberger. If you look at John Goldberger or whatever, the big Italian collector. Or actually even the American Boiler Room channels, right? When they go to that show, because here's the thing, you can't win. These guys have this delusion that they're gonna win some sort of contest, some little sword fight, sword fight in the bedroom. You know what I'm talking about? Some of these guys know what I'm talking about, right? These guys, you can't win because there's guys walking in there that all they collect is what's that British brand? Those guys that make the watches by hand. They're $500,000 a piece, right? You have guys in there. They don't even have FP Journes, which is basically a basic bitch brand. They have what's the guy's name again? The famous British watchmaker who does a overpriced Breguet. There's two of those guys. John Smith or something, Roger Smith, and then some other guy, some Bukyakistani guy. So you can't win. Some guy's gonna be wearing 2 of those on his wrist, right? Or he's gonna be wearing some one-off Patek or the what's the Bao Dai, the Vietnam Emperor Rolex, or something crazy, right? You think you're gonna impress people with your Rolex Daytona? I mean, come on. You're gonna impress people with your Patek annual calendar, or your basic bitch Patek Perpetual that's dropping in value because it's a modern shitter reissue? I mean, seriously. You're not gonna impress anybody. You're gonna basically embarrass yourself. You're gonna be the guy showing up to, Pebble Beach Concourse with your, Camaro, thinking you're hot shit. You're driving up the PCH US1 and your Camaro, and then this guy's driving past you in their Bugattis, and then you got me driving past you, in a 19-year-old Bentley, passing you at 160. I mean, you're not gonna win. You can't win these things, so don't be tomato cans. Stop being Bukiakistanis. Again, bottom line is the Geneva watch is it's a Grifter Olympics, and it's a bunch of sassy groomers, sassy pedo vibes guys. You're gonna have the Peasant Philippe there for sure. Peasant Philippe out there grooming new victims for his 7-Eleven. He's looking for some sahibs. No, not sahibs. He's looking for whatever. I'm the sahib. I am Peasant Philippe Sahib. But yeah, you got these guys looking for victims. They're gonna try to scam you with watches. Bottom line is, stay away from Geneva. It's a shithole. Now let me tell you what is worthwhile going to. What is worthwhile going to is watch auction previews, because then you actually see stuff for sale, and you people there to sell stuff. Okay, they're there to sell stuff. That's what it's all about, and you might be able to get a deal. Whereas at the Geneva show, it's retail. It's for retail. Suckers. Okay, suckers. Only suckers pay retail. Get it through your head. The watch market is dead.